Jesus represents you. He takes your place. But this is you standing before the governor. This is me standing before the governor. And this is the heart of this. It's not some man who had to die and bleed to death in order so that some God somewhere could forgive you. This is the part of you that has to die. The Jesus is a part of you. He comes from the claustrum down into the chambers of the solar plexus, which is called, the place of his birth, and then rises back up to the Father's house. This is life itself is what Jesus represents. And he's standing in front of the governor, which is that mind process. It's you being accused by the system, you being accused by religion, you being accused by the law. And here the question is, are you the king of the Jews? And the reply is simply, you say. For there's not a denial here. It's not, no, because the truth is you are king of the Jews. He is king of the Jews. Everyone is king of the Jews. Once you understand the beauty of the meaning of this language, then you begin to see, hear yourself, you are being accused, I am being accused. You're saying you're king of the Jews. When you understand what we're talking about. And it said in Revelation chapter 1, verse 6, and he has made us kings and priests unto God his Father. You have been made kings. And kings of what? Okay. King of the Jews. And this is the beautiful part of this secret. And I want you to follow it with me. And I think then this type of story becomes extremely meaningful to you. Kings of what? Kings of the Jews. You're in Romans chapter 2. All right, now look at verse 28 with me. For he is not a Jew, which is one outwardly. Neither is that circumcision which is outward in the flesh, but he is a Jew, which is one inwardly, and circumcision of the heart in the spirit and not in the letter. There is the key to this thing. When you talk about the word Jew, you are not talking about one who lives in Palestine or who lives in Israel. You're talking about people who live in a special place within themselves. The person who lives in a special place within themselves is a Jew, and once that person finds that Holy Land, which is not over across the sea somewhere in a real place, a physical place, but the Holy Land in here, he becomes king of the Jews, because the Jew is that which dwells at the right side. You don't understand a lot, maybe even a lot of what I said this morning, but as you start then to take this into you and you study and meditate on this story, by following the will of God and killing the five senses, the lower aspect is touched, and the inner life force is then passed to generation after generation, and it becomes the way, the living way. So then, as within you, finally, there comes this point that the lower flesh must die. And that's what's being told to you. And it dies in meditation as the five senses are crucified on that tree of life. When that occurs, you can then be assured that out of the tomb of the lower consciousness will rise the Christ within you to sit at the right hand of the Father, to activate the right hemisphere of the brain, and to take you up into things that are created for you to live and to understand. Really, life as it's supposed to be lived.